Okay, please introduce yourself, your age, and what island we're on.
Aloha, my name is Corine, and I'm on Oahu, Honolulu, Waianae on the west side. And I'm 68, soon to be 69 in May Day.
Yay! All right. So, do you think of yourself as an activist in any particular part of your life? Just in reviewing your life, have you been? Would you consider yourself
Hawaiian nationalist.
activist? Okay.
Yeah.
And so, as an activist, how do you describe what you do? What does that look like?
As far as
Your activism.
like what I'm into or
What do you do?
participating.
Community
Well, I
things.
also belong to the Hawaiian let me see, the Waianae Moku Kupuna Council.
Okay.
I also attend classes for Kopunas. I think it'll be starting in February at HCAP in Waianae,
Okay.
and which is every Tuesdays, 8 to 12. And we have nurses come in, it's for their credit,
Mhm.
and they teach us a lot of different things about senior health care. And at the end of the year, they graduate. So, and we it becomes personal because they become friends, and we become like family to all of us. And over the years, we have lost kupunas, and we also welcome men and women couples, Mars of belong. And a lot of them are up there in age, yeah, and disabled, yeah.
So you guys take the everything you learn in the class and then you go out and offer like volunteer to help others in
Well, put it this way: we take classes, and whatever we learn, we have tests. They give us tests. Well, before we do tests, they make us introduce ourselves as well as they introduce themselves, and then we do a slight exercise to wake the kapunas up, get the arms, relaxed and stuff, and ready to go, and then we do a short conversation, and then we're going to what we're going to be talking about on different health issues from diabetes to Alzheimer's to dementia to cancer, different types of cancers. Um, when they put you, excuse me, in a home, wills, what that consists of. They do I have a picture test every morning. So it's basically we're learning things because a lot of us know and don't know, and then sometimes we have families like that, and we have situations where our ohana has the disease and stuff. So we kind of ma'ana, which is we take in and then we go and we share and we give our opinion. Like I would tell someone in my members, this is what I found out today. Maybe this can help you. Or there's a number you can call, or there's other outlets and stuff that you can go to. And then sometimes in our classes, we have different guest speakers. And at the end of each guest speaker time, I've received a lot of certificates completing classes like cooking, uh, medical, or whatever, different things. But they teach us a lot of different stuff. You know, what to eat, what not supposed to eat. Of course, who listens, right? You're a kapuna, you make your choices. And it's a learning thing, and it's nice because we get to see each other every year. And we get to play catch up, and meet so many different students that I keep in touch with that are doing so well in the medical field all over the world. Because a lot of them want to stay here, but they need to go elsewhere to do better. And then I always tell them, I say, go travel. You're young, go travel. I had an opportunity when I turned 30. I asked my mom. She goes, you're 30 years old. Why are you asking me? You're an adult. I said, Mom, I want to know if it's going to be okay to leave you. My mom was secretly, she was going down that road. Her advice was, travel, don't regret it. because I've seen and done what I wanted to do. And I think it's okay for you to go explore. You're young. Adventure. See things. Because you're in granted ages. And I'm glad. I lived in America for some time and I came here. Experienced a lot of things, of course. But yeah, so Kupuna class is very interesting and it's open to everybody. And then because of our class, we've met other Kupunas from different parts of the island. And sorry to say, we're number one because we're active and we speak and we give our opinions and we bark and we bite. The other ones just sit there like on the log. And it's kind of boring. So we got life in our Kupuna. I mean, it's nice to do something among seniors of your own age. You know, this is wonderful. And we have breakfast. And then we have lunch. We have activities. We go on field trips like Ma'o farms and things like that. And then we play games like bingo. And we get prizes from the students. So it enhances us wanting to play and, you know, hangman and stuff like that. So they make it fun for us. We're limited to space in our class and there are so many Kupunas that want to come in and be with us.
How many are in the class?
I think maybe 30.
Oh, that's a big class even.
Yeah, we have like long tables. We have like 4 long tables and we show fit everybody. And then the thing is, Val who heads it looks for attendance, which is very important. And a lot of times they come late and it disrupts the class because then they have to go back and repeat everything to
Yeah.
that and learning and participating and reacting to the nurses to know that you're aware of what they're talking about. Sometimes I'll sits in a room and watch all of us and how we communicate with the students as well as we communicate with them to know that we understand what they're talking about and we have questions for them. And attendance is very important to Val and because a lot of the previous one come, you know, and it's sometimes you have problems with friends, you know, sometimes it's hard to understand their English if they're being heavy accent. And sometimes it gets frustrating when they don't pay attention and they're having to ask questions that were like, were you paying attention? Or they're on the phone.
No.
Or they get incoming calls. Our rules in our classes are turn your phones off. So if you need to speak, go outside. Or it's not distracting your class. Even the nurses do the same thing, you know, so it's I feel if you want to come to class and you want to learn something, you got plenty of time to go on your phone. If you have a problem, something you should take care of it before you come to class, or handle it after. You know what I mean? So I love it to put on a class and when you do learn about that, and you know, there's so many things that you think you know from our PC kids, but then we don't know a lot about other people's situations in their family. So it's very educational with that types. You know, that's me.
Do you want to share about your experience with Kupuna Council?
Oh my God, you know what? Actually, the thing with Corine, I just love the council. I love the people. You know, like I was telling Aunty everything, I don't remember if you ever was taught in school. I think maybe there was language if we linked against it, not so much as history. So when I joined Kupuna Council, it broadened my mind, opened up to life and said, I didn't learn. I forgot the culture behind people. Even remain those things like their struggles and how the team lost their throne. It's so sad. And there's so many people at our council that have so much knowledge that I've learned about. And every time I go, I'm just so eager to learn, see what else someone else has to share. There's so many things going on in our in the Hawaiian culture that a lot of people are not aware. And to know that our language was taken away, Hawaii's language was taken away, their homes, their lands were taken away, who they were taken away, and all these other things came in and took place, and it's just sad, but I enjoy going. And we have a lot of different speakers who come and talk about different things. And right now it's water rights, land, how to get out of here. We had a test that they found us a couple weeks ago, and it was really annoying and scary because we have so much truth on this sometime that there's no way out. And if anything happened devastating like what happened in Yarmouth, well, it'll be the end on us. And there's more of us than what happened in fact. And to go through that experience, bumper to bumper, people are impatient, people rushing, people, they're distressed, and then you gotta worry about the people without medication, they're stuck in the traffic, they don't have them on them, or can use the bathroom, the seniors, or the kids, or you got the kids from school, what's going. So all those things, it's just in the moment, everything happens so quick that you don't think logic. You just let's get out of it. So getting out of the west side has been a problem. And it's getting, I think it's more now. And to do, and the homeless. It's sad when homeless people find their way, they get into a home, and eventually they get kicked out again, or choose different programs. Sometimes have to go through that. And why is this can I turn this off? Excuse me. Well, just turn it off. So it's interesting, and lots of times we have a lot of new ones that come from anywhere. And it's sad because we're trying to take care of our own people here, the islanders and the natives and whatever nationality they are that's here. Take care of them. We can't, and then they're flying here. 1 week ticket, no way back. And they're taking up the resources they can have people here. Yeah. So that's another issue of what's going on in terms of team meetings. So a lot of interesting topics. And there's so much differences sometimes in our topics. But like Nina Girl says, tapu anopas. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you get a little on hand. But it's interesting, and everybody has different views. Everybody has different issues and situations. Like they say, you come to the kapuna meeting, you come with the problem and make sure you have a solution to it. And lots of time, there's some solutions, not a lot of solutions, and a lot of it is easier said than done. And a lot of things, as far as I assume, and is that it takes forever for something to happen. It's like something has to happen that has happened before, and no one paid attention to it. But when it gets so deep that the community is deeply involved, and phone calls are sent out, hand signing, and this and that, then when the people get involved, the government, share an interview happen. It's like always wait till it actually really happens. You know what I mean? Like what happened in Mount. That was just outrageous, but happened to them is sad. And they're still healing. And then you have vultures come in and wanting to take things amazing. So it was a loss of a lot of people. And Annie had some children, families. Kupuna Council is open to her society, you know. Well, the youngest can come and bring, their knowledge. But actually, for the council is making 15 and up. And then, and part of that, council. There's so much, and we have breaks and lunch. And the homies are welcome to come and eat as well with us. But yeah, Kupuna Council is very important to us. And because of the Kupuna Council, there's so many other districts they want to start their own community Kupuna in their community. And I think that's great. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Paper. But yeah, so I was going to ask you, like, about how long have you been involved in doing this kind of political activism?
Well, Kupuna class, I've been going to classes for over 5 years at each club. And Kupuna Council, geez,
Like
Maybe-
2.5.
maybe 2-3 years. Yeah.
But how did you get started? I mean, would you say that was there something in your earlier life that made you kind of receptive to the kind of stuff that is now happening, where you would go there instead of like other places?
They offer so many things to seniors. So no, and then I got told about this and I didn't have anything else.
Where did you grow up?
Oh, I'm originally from Waverly, Waikani.
Mm-hmm.
Waverly, Waikani, and I grew up.
Sweet Lady of Waikole. Is that you?
Yes, that song, Lady of Waikani. I grew up very poor. Poor. We lived up the land in the ocean. Grandma grew things that we could eat. We fished. We got things from the oceans.
You grew up with your grandma?
Well, I was born here and then I grew up in San Diego Oceanside for a couple of years because my father was a drill instructor in the Marine Corps. And after the divorce, we came back here and we lived with my grandma. And I spent, I think, all the way till I fourth or fifth grade, went to Waikole Elementary, and then my mom decided to take us to town. So I went to Putnam, Washington, and graduated from Cuba line in 1973. So growing up with my grandma was a learning process. Being born by the bathroom, lay down there, and we have to carry a lantern, lighting the glass over. And sometimes I was just by my grandma smoking a roll of tobacco. And I used to be scared of all the spiders, those banana spiders, because we weren't rotten fruitas. And my grandma would cook in the house. We had the old kerosene stove where you lift up the glass and you roll that little thing like the match goes around and you put it back on the sun, she cooks. And we had cooking outside where she had lots of different sizes of woks and you'd be right in the middle. She'd have all her pots and utensils nailed to the wood, and then we had two-tone roof, and logs everywhere, and she would cook and stir and things like that. And then
A lot of your food came from the land itself or from
we
the
did,
ocean?
when grandma said we need chicken, we have to go in the chicken coop and grab the chicken and then learn how to kill it, pluck it, boil it, and things like that. So yeah, and then we would fish, go crabbing from our house to close to Chinaman's Hat, low tide, go all the way back across the old toy factory, and then all of us would come in our buckets with electrons and rubber boots. And their buckets full of crab and Nemo. So, I grew up eating a lot of crab and a lot of fish that grandma made. Tilapia today is a delicacy. I mean, back then they call it rubbish fish, but we used to eat talk and Holidays and papilla, all those kinds
So
of
you
things.
grew up on the Aina.
I grew up on
Aina
that.
fed you.
Yes. And grandma had her things on the land, like watercress, chili pepper, different kind of vegetables. And my grandma had one plant that we couldn't touch. It was so funny. She goes, "Don't touch my buffalo."
I knew it was. Are you gonna say that?
I'm like, "What, grandma?" She goes, "That's medicine for my high blood pressure. Well, you think I wear a bandana all the time? Like, put it in there." And so I guess she boils it when it's wet and she sticks it in for her headache or high blood pressure. I don't know.
Oh,
I never knew that.
Interesting.
So, because today Pakalula is medicine for different illnesses,
And for different ways.
different ways. For me, I will not do that. I don't care
Oh.
what you can and tell us. I don't, because I've had an experience. Herbs when I was younger, and then I won't do it to them. But yeah, grandma had. So it was, when we have gatherings, because everybody came to my grandma's house for celebrations, and they always came to her for cook. She would have to sit down. We had this little makeshift chair with 4 legs, with short leg like this, and grandma would say, she cut the coconut, she could sit down and scrape coconuts. So what grandma says, I'm gonna bake, and we have to scrape coconuts and go kill chicken and then contact to kill the pig. Oh my god, just screaming. Either it's in the ground or it's on the wheel. Yeah, and lots of banana leaves and stuff like that, and hot metal rocks, and yeah, it was and to wash clothes without a washing machine.
Would you say that some of that, what you're talking about now, may have encouraged you to do some of the activism that you did in your later life?
I really don't know.
Because no one lives like that now. Oh, well, I mean, hardly anyone lives like that now. We don't know.
No. As a kid growing up, you're just like any other kid. I want what that kid has. And we report. Going to school barefooted. Going to school to church. Grandma was disciplined. You cannot trust any kind to church. Today, people trust any kind to go to church. It depends.
So you also grew up in the church?
Catholic. Oh, yeah. My grandma was very adamant about catechism and church on Sundays. So
Okay.
she read the veil and
Oh, wow.
yeah, very church. And yeah, I grew up religious and with my grandma. That's why.
When
was-
you look back at the kind of, well, you think now the kind of activism you were involved in, when you look back, what do you think was the impact of your work on the community or on any issue that you cared about? And just in reflection.
Oh, over here in Miami, there was a church before. It was over there after the bridge by 7-Eleven. There was a church back there. And years ago, I went back. I found out about this organization, and I was buying cheap things for my home. And I asked the lady, I said, "Can I help you guys?" She goes, "Yeah." And I turned that tent into a store, kind of like. I took everything down from the shelves, got rid of stuff that wouldn't sell, kept things that would sell, moved furniture around from kitchen to linen to children's clothes, shoes, all that kind of stuff. And then it was also good for people who coming out of prison, I guess, a halfway house. Some of the volunteers, some of the people from their programs would come over and help. And I got really tight with the lady who was a deacon to the I think so. Such a beautiful lady, and I stuck it out for a long time. And I loved going there, and I just volunteered my time, used my gas, and it didn't bother me. I just wanted to be a part of something, and it was just great, And also, I had the energy and I could do all this, and I had ideas, And when the minister would come out, sometimes they would really recognize the things that I have done to improve to make it a little better for people to come and shop, invite things, and all the money would go to the church. Yeah, so it was amazing, and I think in the end they ended up shutting down, and I think the church shut down, and so was the program, and so that shut down itself. So now.
But do you think that people are everywhere that you've gone to contribute? Do you think that people overall are really impacted by like your work ethic?
Well, it's not just so much my work ethic. I think so much people appreciate that. But today, I don't even know at the board number they have a little store in there, so I don't know if they have to pay for things, clothing and kind of clothes and food. I'm not sure, but you don't see the tree. It's not free. It's just back in the day things are a little more affordable, to people, and it helped out a lot of people. And it was nice to be recognized. It was nice to be a part of something that I was so proud of, and I don't mind doing things like that sometimes, and now it is organizations, it's the countries running how it's run. And it's all messed up. They're not really on it sometimes. What's hard is too with the seniors and people is a lot of them very impatient, and then a lot of them have bad health, and some of them are drugs. It's just when you try to do your best with people, and and to me, it made me feel that maybe it didn't make a difference to some people, but it made a difference to me. I was part of that. And I think being a part of something that you believe in is supposed to be. Sometimes you don't have to get paid to do something nice, just to help. It makes you feel good that you did something for somebody else, and you're like selfish about it. Yeah. So ever since I started to go tune out wine and liquor, I go every meeting. I don't like to listen to it. I gotta listen to something, and I gotta play catch up the following meeting, and it's a good cause. This wine and liquor when I kind of irregulars, and they've done some wonderful things with people. Yeah. And I get inspiration from them. It's nice. And like what you do is wonderful too. And I don't think back in the day we had anything like this for the community. Like my mom used to belong to a Catholic thing. A lot of this. I think they still have it today, where she paid for our funeral costs through this Philippine organization. So my plot is paid for. My mom took care of them and the kids, all this. Some kind of Filipino. So you don't have things like what we have with component classes and whatever with fun. So you have all these different things like paying for your plot. You spend on those rents or things like that. I don't remember too much growing up.
How is your health?
Well, I can say this much: for being 68, going to 69, I'm good. I'm diabetic, and I try to stay away from things I'm not supposed to eat. But sometimes you have neighbors that just like to eat. You know what I mean? And I've done so much better in my house over the years. Well, I like my seeds. I like my lechon. I love my rice. And I love my sweets and stuff. But over the years, I've learned to, and I hated water. But when I got sick, I learned to like water. And then sometimes water's not enough. You gotta break that monotony. So I drink lemon crystalline juice. Or I like to drink the green thing you get from Costco's green, because if you're not eating the greens, you can substitute it with this powder. It helps your diabetes. It helps you age younger, look good, your skin glow, and helps you with energy and desire. So I gotta get the methadone. But my diabetes is a little more controlling.
Do you think that your political work, your activism has impacted your health and your well-being? And if so, how? How has it?
Um, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think the changes that I make in life to things around me is things that I believe if I want it to be better, like my health and things, and I want this, I have to make these changes for myself. So I can't be blaming people else. It's your fault. It's from my health. So in fact, I want you have to want their change over my family. There's so much advice out there that you can take. Doesn't mean you listen. And if you want something, you have to do it yourself. If there's something out there that you need, the format is out there, but you gotta do the real work. You know what I mean? Nothing comes over your hand, but that's ridiculous. But I don't know, my life has gone through so many changes from then war, traveling, wanting drugs, booze, depression. It's life changing, and I think we all go through all these different things.
But how is it today?
Oh, much better. I
Much
love
better?
being alone.
Well, let me ask you this then. How do you feel when you're working with other political activists? And does that matter in terms of how you feel
Yes,
now?
it matters. It matters so much. Like, when I go to these things, these political things, I like to sit back and listen and observe everybody's comments and what they got to say or their reactions. I'm kind of a quiet person at the meetings. But if you say something wrong, I always sound up. I did one time. I so did. When someone says it's the government's law, and I was so mad. I said it's your effing law. It's not our effing law, because we never had those kind of laws. And I just went off and I had to calm down and speak. Get me excited and I'll come for you. But other than that, I like to listen to everyone else talk and let everyone, you know what I mean? When things gotta be said, things gotta be said. And I'm not actually, I would say, a humble person. I'm quiet and I love people, and I like to listen and observe. But when it's directed to me and come from me, be ready. Because this empty ain't gonna mess about. I'm one of those. But it's I kind of wish we had meanwhile I can't say wish, because we didn't have that much homeless when I was growing up. My grandma would feed people hitchhiking or they look hungry. She would feed them, and she would always tell them, "You can stay for the night. I'll feed you, but please don't steal from me." Back then, we didn't have homeless.
Yes.
Didn't exist, and I think back in those days it was just hippies hiking to go camping or go surfing or some bullshit like that. Today we're everywhere. And all these killings and such. It wasn't like that growing up with my grandma. This school killings, there's stupid shootings. I always tell people, don't talk about the West Side. You have it everywhere on but I know. It's who you hang out with. And I always say it's the people you know. Why is a beautiful place. I love it. I hate town. I lived in town so much that was when I was younger. I love the country. I like my nice neighbors. I have wonderful neighbors in the state. And they're all single. Seniors. We get togethers for dinner and lunch. We do activities together. It's just so wonderful. There's no drama. No drama. And
Is there a political event or an activity that you're especially proud that you were part of?
the one I went to call Charlotte is that I have, at my point in life, I have so many unknown commitments like my family. They don't drag beyond a certain point. And so my brother-in-law has appointments waiting until I'm the one that's committed to take him to make sure they all get there and get home safely. So I'm committed to that. And then I have my own private personal doctor appointments. And then I'm I hate to say this, when you get a certain age, everybody ages differently, feel things different. I have my nap times. I want to nap and I sleep. I want to get up late, and I feel the aches and pains, because, for my back from an early accident when I was younger. I don't take medication for it. I don't do a massage for it. And you don't know. It works for a minute when you need, you sit down and stretch. It's all back again, all crooked. So
would you say that your ability to help others it's the kind of thing that you find memorable? Your
Yes.
ability to do that.
it's nice to know that even though you might, as far as I'm concerned, my health is my health and my pain is my pain. But if I can help someone else that is in a worse condition, that I can do it, yeah,
That's good.
I would do that. Because if I was in that person, I would want someone to be there for me, not do that, and
Well, let's shift that for a moment then, and let me ask you this. And have you ever been in a political event or done an activity that caused you to be angry or stressed out?
our component meetings. It depends who's speaking and what you're talking about. It gets everybody wound up. Their blood pressures go up and stuff. And things they say that is so stupid and so wrong and so ignorant. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but
But you couldn't
It's-
say it.
I get. Well, I'm gonna be blunt. When the military went to dig up the EV, which they were, and the sad part about it is that it was the local that gave them, from what I know, the permission to dig it up. And I really don't know why the military was digging it up, what they're doing that for. And then they come back and they desecrated it and they took bones and stuff. The ancestors belong to generations, and they came back with this apology. And then when the guy said, we're saying things, and then at one point he says, well, it's the law. That's when I stood up and said, it's not our fucking law, it's your fucking law. Yeah. You brought and you coming here to apologize, it's too fucking late. This is why I'm saying sometimes for myself, I can't stand when a foreigner looks stupid. I will call you wrong.
It causes you stress and anger.
Yeah, I'm mad. I get mad. Because, I'll give you an example. One time I was in Walmart and I just got off the scooter and I was sitting in my van. The employee came out who was collecting wine and just trying to get the scooter started. So I got out of my van, I would go help him, and he was a foreigner, okay? I don't know if he had his thing on, listening to music, but he just walked away from me, and I said, excuse me, I had a... And he just kept him. I said, oh, no, you didn't. I said, oh, no, you just did not, honey. I'm going to put you in check, bitch. So I went into the building, and the aunties didn't know me. Oh, what's the matter, auntie? I said, what happened, honey? What happened? And so when I explained my situation, and then I turned around, I told her, I said, this is why we don't like foreigners. And she started laughing when I said foreigner. And then I went to the desk, customer service, and the manager happened to be there. And she goes, I said, I have a problem. I have issue. I have something to care about. You know, this tall guy there from why this and that. And I was trying to help him walk away from. I felt prejudiced. I felt like he was racist against me. You know? And I literally got out of my van, sat on the scooter to show him, and he just, when I got it going, he just walked away. And I'm like, excuse me. And I'm like, I'm upset. I'm upset. So you need to talk to him. She goes, was she wearing a hat? Tall? I said, yeah, tall, hauling hats. Did he have his things in it? I said, yeah. Yes, she did. He goes, I'll have a talk with him. And the next time I went to work, he was staring at me. I dealt with that when I was in the mainland. Prejudice in the mainland is so depending on you, but I think real bad. I went to Lucky's looking for kimchi. Okay, it's a foreign product. And there was this guy with long hair and a ponytail, Holly. I was trying to get his attention. I literally had to walk to him, touch him on the shoulder. I said, excuse me, can you tell me where I can find kimchi? And he just turned his head and he's mind about his business. I'm like, excuse me? I'm talking to you. And he just walked away from me. And I'm like, oh, I said, no, that just didn't happen. Yeah, no, he just didn't do it. I went and go look for my kimchi. When you got to the desk, Gracie, did you find everything about it? And when she asked me that, I said, no, it's called what happened. I said, I went up to one of your employees, had long hair, he's white, and he was standing by his glass when I was asking for it, and he just ignored me and walked away. I had to look for it for myself. I said, I'm a paying customer. We pay you guys. And I expect better customer service than that. Why? It's because I'm brown, my eyes are slanted, where I'm from. I felt that he was racist and prejudiced against me. I don't like that. He's so sorry, honey, I'll take care of that. I said, please do. Because I will not come back. I will spread the news about your store. Okay.
So how does political activism then impact your overall well-being?
A lot, I guess.
By that, let me just qualify the question. Political activism, you become active. You take an action that is political in nature. Someone that is treating you with prejudice, that's a political action. And then your response is apparently, like in this instance, also a political response. So you don't punch them in the face, but you go through the process and you speak to the manager and then you take an action. That is your action.
Right.
Overall, how does that kind of political activism impact on your overall well-being? Good or bad?
I'm in between. Because, I think when you're from a different country or state, I think you should be treated equally. Like how we treat someone who's here. They're not from here. We try to welcome them, but then again, you don't belong here. So, but when you go to the mainland, I've traveled from California to Florida. And living in Las Vegas is such a transit city. It's so, every job I had, either it got held up, got robbed, somebody got shot. And then so and I had this Mexican girl who wanted to shoot me because I wouldn't cut out her coupons. Did I want to beat that bitch down? Yeah. But do I know who she is? No. Do I know where she's stalking me from? No. I felt threatened at my job. And because my boss speaks their language. And I felt threatened every day. I went to work and got out. Because she couldn't, it's just shoot me. Nobody's going to give a shit about shoot that chocolate person or brown skin person with the smiling eyes and the long hair, this swear. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
How does political activism impact your overall well-being?
I will come for you to come for me in the long run. I don't care what color skin you are, but you say the wrong thing to me and disrespect me as an auntie or kupona, be ready, honey, because I'm coming for you.
And
You
you feel well enough to do that.
yeah.
And you know, I
Like,
will tell you this: if I use my hands, it's done, honey. It's over.
Well, that's one of the things you did not mention. You have training.
Yes, I have 9 years of martial arts training, and I fought for 5 years because of the job I had. I beat up men and loved it. Because it's not all a woman, it's not all a man's world, honey. When you got your heels on that guy's neck and he's looking up your dress, he's just quiet. So how does it feel to have a woman stump on your ass, smack you around a little bit, kick your ass? Not too cute, especially someone like me, beautiful body and everything. Oh yeah. It felt good, you know. And I fought men of all sizes, all race. I didn't care if he was a bouncer, a bodyguard, a lumberjack. I took you down as small as I was.
Cheddar out.
Cheddar out. You know, at 30 years old, you know, 30,
invincible.
I have to fight for my job to survive. You know, and being new in Las Vegas, and it was hard to get a job there. So becoming a dancer like everybody else that I was with, I became a dancer. And now I went up to dance with a hula group and I couldn't find how long. Because I usually worked for the Koch brothers, the food supply company. So I made me skirts and headgears. I was ready. And when I went there, I wasn't ready for this other job to transition as a dancer and deal with these men of all different personalities and these bitches who are cutthroat, you know, and to struggle to beg for $1 and feel sorry for it. That was just making me angry. And then when this guy went, I lost it. And my legs came up. I jumped over the podium and I landed on him, walked in on it, opened up. I mean, they dragged me in the office and in the locker room and let me go. I said, you know, where I come from, we have so much older, and I came to this job with so much older. This job made me a bitch. And your cutthroat bitches in here, I hate. You know, from black, Mexican, Italian, Puerto Rican, Asian, these Asian girls. Honey, high maka attitude to the local girl. Oh, God. And then the customers, when the girl starts something, it's a chain. And all the customers are about to tip. No, don't vote on her. I mean, no, don't give her tips. No, don't buy her drink. No, don't let her sit here. You, get up, give me this. Oh, it was terrible. And it was a lot of jealousy toward me from Hawaii. Being the way I did look exotic, unusual, and hard money at the time and stuff. And I lost my mom. I ended up in the hospital. I ended up with blood on my tips. And I fought every week with different gentlemen. You know, they did me wrong. Then the girls were aware of my capabilities of whooping ass. And I studied martial arts. I go in at 1 o'clock and finish at 1 right? Because I take my stuff serious. It's like any other job I've done. I start at the bottom and I work my way up to the top. And I work hard. And I make my job work for me. You know what I mean? Whatever job I do. So martial arts, yes, honey, come attack me with a short dress and high heels on. I'll beat your ass. So I was known. You know, I didn't want to get that kind of respect, but the casino big bosses all knew me. A lot of clubs knew who I was. A lot of the restaurants knew who I was. A lot of the bars knew who I was. So whenever I went in, they would say, stop. No, they'll the most. Have a drink, give her back her money, escort her out. And when I got handcuffed, the cops knew who I was to say uncuff her. Because the only way this girl attacked somebody is if you attacked her. So did I love him? Yes. Today, 68, going on 69, you come for me. My body knows strong, my bones hurt, my back hurt, but I'm gonna beat your ass. Especially if you're a man.
Attitude.
Oh, yeah, I will teach you that.
Yeah.
Now, you know, not all kapunas, because this kapuna's not worthless. No. And if I lose, I'm gonna come knocking on your damn door within a week. And this time I will beat your ass. But today, I seriously gotta think a lot about it because today we go to jail. Just like that. And then my sister mentioned this the other day. She goes, Finn, I was tired. You might have a gun. And I told my sister, well, then it's my time to go. Then my sister told me, then we're not thinking about us with you. We're in the same vehicle. What if one of us gets shot? When she told me that, I was like, I didn't give that, I wasn't even giving that a second thought. If I was by myself, that's fine, but if I'm around people, I shouldn't do that. Because they might get hurt, and they're innocent. So now when I'm right with my family, I can't get stupid. I gotta shut my mouth, keep my hands in the car, not go like this, or, scream. I can't do that because I have my family home.
So like the work that you've been engaging in, like political activism, and the way that you do it is, it like preserves your dignity. It sounds like, and it helps you.
With so much going on in our lifestyles, in our society, family, and things, things build up in different ways, and when it comes to politics, it's like, it's so sad. If we believe you, we vote for you, and then after that, we don't know who we are, and shut the door, you look the other way. And that's really sad. And so it builds. And then when you hear what this person did, and you're like, oh my God, I believe in you. Oh my God, I liked you. Oh my God, I respected you. Now I don't. So, it's this up and down syndrome that we go through in life. And this activism stuff, it's just, it goes up and down. It does. Life goes up and down. All this drama, truly, good and bad, good and nothing gets solved. And it just makes me feel like all these things they pretend they want to happen in the future. Honey, I don't want to be around when that happens. Like, I think they were saying, we all gotta be chipped. No. You're really controlling our lives. Now you wanna control us more? Like when we go shishi, or when we have sex, or whatever. I think that's tacky, honey. You know what I mean? And it's so, and they didn't want us to, no more cash. Credit card? Are you fucking kidding me? Credit card? Honey, that's ridiculous. Oh, everybody driving an electric car? Everybody? Hey, what about the poor people? Where people living at fixed income? Huh? Everybody? Or people don't have a job that can afford that. That work 2 jobs. Ridiculous.
Well, pretty much how with our part.
Okay.
And then Emily has a separate thing that is just could be a yes and no answer. He's gonna read it to you. Just tell us. Now